I am here with my pals, Osculate and Neuropanther, aka Laura and Michael. And
Hello.
hi. And we are going to be streaming a Cash Refresh game. And I am going to take my headphones off and stop looking at the stream, so I will not be cheating.
Sounds good.
And I will let you guys take it from there.
Okay, sounds
Okay,
good.
I'm just pulling up the YouTube.
Sounds good. And
oops, sorry about that.
Oh, no worries.
Just pulling it up on YouTube on my phone so I can see if anyone sends a chat message. There we go. Okay, so I will join Sanjay's game here. Oops, not like that. Not join. Just watch. There we go.
This should be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what decks they're playing. Sanjay told me, but I forgot.
Yeah, that's the tricky thing for me. The few games I commentated last go around, I had the benefit of having seen those players play a few times before. This time I have absolutely no idea what's happening.
Yeah, well, here we are. We can see we have CI versus Steve Cambridge.
Sanjay is on CI.
Yes.
Starting off as Corp. We see some clearances, which I think should surprise no one.
Always a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty good opening hand. Infiltration, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if that means there's an Amakoa in the deck for the expose effect boost.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
It has incidental value against a deck you think might be on traps because Mushin is in the format, but my guess is it's probably there to click for 2, or if you really are in a pinch and need an Amakoa counter.
Yeah. So Sanjay has a couple agendas in hand now.
Yeah. Thankfully, he can hold them. He's not in too much trouble unless we see, I don't know, an HQ interface or something come down. And he is now at the credit. He's at the credit total where if he doesn't have to spend money on things, he can just start firing off these clearances.
The infiltration revealed the ice wall, and he had the paperclip in hand, so that's a nice start.
Yeah, there we go.
Although now he's at 0 credits, which is not ideal.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I guess the runner could click for a credit in Dirty Laundry and get their head above water there.
That's my guess. Maybe, well, you're gonna need to click for a credit in Dirty Laundry before you can install Turtle anyway. So
yeah, we got HQ shored up a little bit.
Yeah.
The Enigma, but he has the Gordian Blade in hand, so.
It is an expensive answer at first, but it's a very good answer after that.
Yeah.
Okay. And we see a Fairchild 2 and a Fairchild 3 that answers the question of what Sanjay's restricted card is. Makes some sense given that he can't be on GFI since he's on CI.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think of that.
And
so we know no moons.
Yeah, no moons, which is, God, that card is disgusting.
Yeah.
And my guess is, and this is purely based on the fact that Sanjay's playing purple, and I see a Fairchild 3. And because the card in question is busted, I would be shocked if you were not on MCA austerity policy. You pop that behind a Fairchild 3, it is expensive to get in and trash that thing.
Yeah, that's a pretty good play. We will have to see.
Yeah. Forge activation orders coming out.
Nice.
Sort of a pseudo-expose effect. He gets to know what the ice is and knows that this Gordian Blade is a very good answer to it. Huh. That's a cool card. I wish I saw more forged activation orders.
Yeah, and the Gauntlet is going to do good work with the 2 gear check ice on HQ.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Against CI, since it seems safer to hold agendas in HQ because they're accessing 1 out of 8 instead of 1 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Anything to increase your chances, very good.
Yeah, but now it's like 4 agendas and 3 other cards, so that's not great.
No, Sanjay has put an answer of sorts on HQ.
What did he drop there? Oh, the Mirage.
Okay.
Okay.
So it will never count for Gauntlet because if you break it by definition, you're no longer running on HQ.
Right.
Which means every time Steve wants to get accesses on HQ for value, he's giving Sanjay the chance to filter his hand. It's not a perfect answer given that Sanjay has 4 agendas in HQ right now, but it's better than nothing.
So we have the Fairchild 3 and the Satyr in the remote and an agenda. So we will see.
Yeah. I am a bit surprised that Sanjay went for the hedge fund this turn rather than just trying to jam an advancement on this efficiency committee. I think between the Fairchild and the Satyr, there's no way he's getting in.
Yeah, he's only on 1 credit there, so.
Runs R&D, sees a Fairchild 2, which with Yogg.0 out of the format, very taxing ice. And we see chooses to. Oh, that's too bad. He can't pay 2 clicks and 2 credits, so he's going to take a brain damage here. It hits a Taproom. Taproom would have been very good this game.
Yeah. And I guess he could have trashed a card. I don't know.
Yeah, he could have.
Blockade runner he could have trashed, but.
Yeah, that's the only one I think he'd want to. But even there, that's probably his best draw. So. See an Aeneas go down, and he saw a clearance on R&D, it looks like. So Sanjay just chooses to advance the efficiency committee, still thinking that with Steve on 1 credit, very little chance he's getting into this remote. And
seems
just
pretty safe still. Yeah.
Interesting agenda mix so far. Depending on the numbers, he might be on only 2 pointers. With like maybe a Director Haas's pet project or something. We haven't seen any 3-pointers yet, and we've seen a lot more types of 2-pointers than I'm used to seeing.
Yeah. A lot of 2/4s.
Yeah.
I don't know if that Aeneas informant is going to do much. I haven't seen anything trashable yet.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think against CI, a lot of times you end up wanting to actually trash their trashables.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see, what does this deck probably run that's trashable? It probably runs MCA austerity policy, definitely runs Violet level clearance, and there's a chance it's on something like Brian Stinson. You really don't want to let any of those stick around, and they're all going to be behind ice.
Yeah.
We do see the efficiency committee scored, so I mean, at this point, those extra clicks could almost just be extra. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he has that he can, really exploit that with. But
if nothing else, he could just burn 1 for the value of ultraviolet clearance and then drop down a scarcity, something like that. That may not be the best play, though. I'm not sure. Okay, running back into R&D.
Yeah, the runner's just really struggling here to have enough money to compete with any of these.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, that dirty laundry is not doing a huge amount right now to help.
Yeah. The ice on archives is Fairchild too, so you don't really want to run into that just for dirty laundry.
Yep. It's a bit surprising, though. I guess without the money to play the gauntlet, it's not too surprising that we're not seeing the runner check HQ.
Yeah.
Okay, Sanjay is choosing to. Okay, so he's advancing and then taking enough clicks to play ultraviolet clearance. Okay, that's a good use
That
of the
makes
clicks,
sense.
probably.
Yeah.
Ooh, Red Planet Couriers. That is spicy.
Not currently any ice that is advanced, but
Colossus is advanceable. Nothing else on the board right now that's advanced. Oh, Ice Wall,
the
of
ice
course.
wall.
But
Yeah.
man,
What do we got here? An inside job into a Fairchild 3 and a Satyr adaptive barrier. That'll get him in, I think.
yeah, he has just enough to break the Satyr. So Sanjay is choosing to save his money and not res here. Probably a wise choice.
Yeah.
And this is an efficiency committee that will be going over to the runner.
It's okay. He has plenty more agendas in hand.
Good lord, yeah. Normally this would be flood of the most disgusting degree, but it really isn't.
Yeah. Jam one in the remote every turn.
Mm-hmm. Chooses to
gonna
throw
wait a
more
little
ice on
bit.
the remote after hedge fund. Probably just wants to get to a credit total where he can actually res a Fairchild and a Satyr and feel safe about it.
Yeah, not have to discard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's the gauntlet. Oh, I think he paid for that gauntlet just by clicking for credits.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what sort of econ package this Steve build is on, but have we seen the ID ability fire even once this game?
I don't think so, because I think when he accessed HQ, he only had one card in the heap.
Yeah. So I guess that's just kind of incidental. Playing against CI where they can install a bunch of ice and res it, it's harder to get your Steve triggers.
Oh, he has
Okay,
a professional contacts. I bet he would have liked to see that a lot sooner.
Yeah, no doubt. And it looks like Clone Chip is. Wait, I did see a Clone Chip, right? Okay,
Yeah,
he
where did
shuffled
that
it
go?
back.
Oh, he shuffled it
black
with,
with blockade. Okay. I'm paying attention. Don't worry, guys.
Oh, we got a priority construction, so that could help with the Red Planet Couriers.
Yeah. That is actually what I thought the Red Planet Couriers was when I first saw it, and I was thinking, oh, that's an interesting include just for the value of, don't have to pay the install cost on the remote. But it turns out he has much spicier uses for those advanced
Bigger
mechanics.
plans.
Yeah. Currently doesn't have ice in hand that ice in hand at all, but especially ice in hand that benefits from the priority construction counters. And nothing in archives he can archive mem for either.
Although I think you can play priority construction on an ice that can't normally be advanced.
Yeah.
So if he wanted to do it just as a trick.
Yeah, or just to get the counters out there, I guess.
Yeah.
Though at this point, I'm not sure Sanjay needs a Red Planet Couriers in any real way. He's got a stack of 3 ice that, in the current financial state he's in, I don't know if Steve's ever going to be able to break, at least reliably. So he sees the Satyr adaptive barrier on the outside of HQ. Jacks out, deciding this server is not for me right now. Sanjay chooses to hedge and score Vitruvius without a counter, rather than scoring Vitruvius with a counter.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, probably
Just
doesn't
keep the
want to,
credit. Yeah.
just in case Steve has some way to get into HQ. HQ is really loaded right now, so I can totally understand that decision on Sanjay's part. And he probably doesn't want to leave it there too long because he does actually have to get about the business of winning this game.
Yeah, eventually R&D will run out of cards.
We see another infiltration in Steve's hand. Oh, okay, this is Blockade Runner trigger, and we see it go away. Oh, no, we see it get played.
For money.
There we go. We see another Aeneas come down. I am a little curious about the Aeneas, the choice to play those, but...
So we have the priority construction installing a Victor 1.0. That's exciting.
Yeah, there we go. That is an ice that I don't think I've ever seen advancement counters on before.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
And another Vitruvius in the scoring remote there, so yeah, he'll be in pretty good shape to be on 6 points next turn.
Yeah, this Vitruvius is very safe.
Yeah. Yeah, HQ is the place to run.
Is 9 enough? Has to spend 5 to get through this Satyr. This is a Miraju, which helps Sanjay filter, but...
Doesn't cost him anything.
Doesn't cost him anything. Then 2 for the Enigma and 1 for the Ice Wall. Yeah, he can get in. He can see
just
4
1
cards.
for the Enigma because it's last click.
Oh, yeah, good call. Yeah. So, Steve can get in and see 4 cards, which could actually just directly win him. Not anymore. Could get him on game point. Oh, no, he has 2 points already. It could actually just win the game.
I don't know what the odds are on that, but...
Pretty low. Pretty low.
But...
Sanjay chose to draw with Miraju rather than just shuffle back, which the density in R&D was definitely lower than in his hand, so odds are that was a good choice on his part.
Oh, I see what happened. If he only spends 1 on the Enigma, he doesn't get the gauntlet. So
true.
he is spending the other 1 to get the extra gauntlet access.
Oh, man. Yeah, Enigma.
I would not have thought of that.
Neither would I. What do you mean I didn't break all the subs? I broke all the subs that were relevant.
Yeah.
Okay, goes for deuces and inside job with the Steve trigger. Inside job is almost certainly the card he wanted, I think. Taproom is the only other one I think maybe to go for.
And that was a rough access.
Oh,
no agendas.
Man. That's, yeah, that bad luck on his part.
Yeah.
Oh, that bank job not doing much this game.
No.
And we see Sanjay, I'd say expectedly advance this, go to 6 points. Has to discard 1 card here, but he's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, can he...
He can install advanced clearance or just ultraviolet next turn.
Yeah, I was trying to see if he could fast advance and win next turn, but he would need a biotic labor, I guess.
Yeah, he would need a biotic labor and another 3/2.
I think with the Red Planet Couriers.
Oh, right, he can
and a biotic labor. He might be able to, but he won't.
Well, he's only got the 3 tokens, so he wouldn't be able to get a 4/2 with that.
Okay.
Not yet, at least. So we'd need to. That's a play he could make is throw an advancement onto Ice Wall, say.
Yeah. Well, he has the efficiency committee. He has 1 counter on that. So I guess in theory,
yeah. So
he could install Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, install Biotic, advance the ice, and then Red
And
Planet
then Red
Couriers.
Planet Couriers. But that's not a biotic, so
Yeah, that is a play I would not have thought of. That's awesome.
yeah.
It looks like Sanjay may be going for that next turn.
Yeah, because he didn't
Efficiency
advance
Committee
it.
advance, and then Red Planet Couriers.
Yeah.
But this has the potential benefit of getting Steve to faceplant a Fairchild 3. If you can run him into that, then that's probably good for you. Instead chooses to run HQ, probably the right move. Let's see if he can not completely whiff this time. See if
Yeah,
the odds are in his
again,
favor.
he could win if he hit all three.
Yep.
Oh no, he shuffled one away.
And did Sanjay choose to draw this time? I didn't see it.
He didn't. I don't think he drew. I think he just shuffled a card.
That's
away.
probably a good chance. Probably a
Yeah.
good move on his part, because at this point the density in R&D is higher than it was before.
There aren't any cards he needs to draw.
We see Access 4. Red Planet Couriers isn't trashable, is it? No, it is not. Forced activation orders.
Did he see any shore gambles this game? He didn't. That's rough.
Oof.
A rough draw for the runner here.
Yeah, and it wasn't like he wasn't drawing cards. This blockade runner's been active for a decent portion of the game.
Yeah. And again, he misses on all 4 accesses.
Ouch.
Yeah.
He's getting pretty unlucky with these Access 4s.
Yeah. Yeah, he should be getting at least 1.
Runs R&D. He can just walk through this. I mean, I say walk through. He's got to trash these Aeneas informants. At least I assume that's what he chooses to trash here, and then take a brain. But he can see the top code of R&D for the low price of 2 Aeneas informants and a brain damage.
They weren't doing anything anyway.
They were not.
Well, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Let's see if he does the order right. He needs to advance first. Okay.
He'd actually be okay even if he messed up and did the efficiency committee first, because he could just throw an advancement on Ice Wall.
Ah, that's true.
Ares is supposed to be way bigger. Oh, that's an interesting.
Yeah.
Is Ares the main? I guess Ares and Vitruvius are the main things he wants to over advance if he has the tokens. Huh.
Yeah, because Ares makes the runner trash their rig.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Well, that would have been fun.
I've never actually seen Ares in a game, I think, so I need to read this one. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's nasty.
But yeah, those HQ accesses were pretty rough.
Yeah. It would have taken pretty good luck to win off of those HQ accesses, but it was rather bad luck to not at least get a point or two.
Yeah. Okay, so we're leaving this game.
Looks like they're going to go into the next one directly.
Yeah, I don't think they were going to
Okay.
come in and chat in between.
Yeah, I know one of the competitors doesn't have a mic, if I remember correctly. So.
Yeah. There we go. I believe Sanjay is on Chaos Theory.
Ah. There are a lot of different builds that could be.
Yeah.
Professional contacts. That's a pretty good build for it.
Versus Scorpios. Chaos Theory seems like it could be kind of fragile.
Yeah, if Sanjay's plan is to play power events like deep data mining and then recur them, he's gonna have a bad time with that.
Yeah.
On the other hand, if his plan is just to throw a magnum opus down, click it a bunch of times, and then break ice, he needs to be careful and make sure he has all his breakers out, because a Scorpios hit is eternal.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't lose any of his critical pieces.
Ooh, I like that. That is some good anti-turtle tech on Scorp's side, the swordsman.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that card's in Core 2.0.
And wraparound is good, turtle tech too.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's a good.
Amusingly, Sanjay does have access to. I don't know if he's playing it, but he has access to the best answer to wraparound in the game, which is Inti.
Yeah.
So sees the wraparound running with no program, so he's not worried about anything except, I guess, net damage.
Yeah. Running HQ is a good call here, because if he reses ice, he can't advance that agenda.
Yep. And misses the 2/3. Oh, no, standoff is an agenda. Okay. Oh, it's the 2-0. Oh, man.
Not really one you want in your score area, but...
It hasn't been eroded, right? So it's still a case of if the corp scores it, they can trash any card, not just
right.
they don't
Any
have to trash
player,
their own.
Yeah, both players can trash any card. So the runner gets to go first and trash a corp card, and then the corp can trash a runner card until someone stops.
Yeah. It's an interesting card. I think there are people on Stimhack who claim, probably to no one's real surprise, that in games they've played, no one has ever chosen to trash for standoff. I think if I were doing it, I would choose not to trash on standoff just because I was not sure what was actually happening.
Yeah.
Oh, we see an HQ interface come down for cheap thanks to modded.
Yeah.
And we'll get to see 2 cards from HQ here. A
little confusion on how to... Yeah.
Oh, yeah, needs to needs to click his ID to make the Scorp ability work. And Sanjay has let him know that. Best case scenario, gets an agenda here, gets some valuable information. Yep, steals the crisis management. With Scorp on 0 credits, definitely not going to get Hunter Secret next turn, so it's a good time to take that agenda.
Yeah.
And also sees the DNA tracker. That's a good one to see, and the Swordsman as well. Both good cards to see and know that your opponent has access to.
So with all the ice we can see, none of it is actually Wayland ice.
Yeah, good point. Oh, and Sanjay, like a god, top decks another agenda off of R&D.
But it's another standoff, so he has 3 agendas and 1 point.
Yeah. His opponent has 1 agenda and 2 points. Netrunner, what a game. The fact that the Scorp is on standoff does make me think his restricted card is probably Hunter Seeker. Also the fact that he's Scorp, but
that makes sense.
It's a very good card when you have 0 point agendas that your runner can, quote unquote, steal. They didn't get anything for it. Okay, runs into an Enigma, forcing his opponent to spend money. I like that. That's a good play.
Yeah, keeping him at 0 is good.
Mhm.
And we have the professional contacts out.
Proko comes down, and it looks like the restricted card is indeed Clone Chip, which loses a bit of its efficacy in this matchup.
That is true.
Yeah. Continues to set up. We see Daily Cast come down.
So eventually, there we go.
Yep.
Was able to get the hedge fund.
Back in the money, and I would imagine the IPO probably coming next turn, so money won't be a huge concern. But this has given Sanjay a few turns to set up, drop some powerful resources, just get the engine rolling.
That's true.
Now, one card that I haven't mentioned just because other stuff has been happening, the Egret in Sanjay's hand. I'm very curious what's given that it's next to a Dinosaurus, I wonder if
So whatever
Sanjay...
goes on the Dinosaurus is the the target for the
Oh
Egret.
my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know if this is what Sanjay's doing, but I see a test run in hand. This could be test run out a Morning Star, put it on Dinosaurus, and then Egret to make things to make things barriers.
That sounds like something Sanjay would do.
That would be awesome. I really hope that's what's happening.
Yeah, all these clone chips, retrieval runs, they're not going to do so much work this game.
Yeah. I'm a bit surprised he's on both Retrieval Run and Clone Chip. I guess
Yeah.
if he's on expensive programs like potentially Fem, if he's on Test Run and Morningstar, that makes sense.
Oops.
Yeah, we have a bit of confusion on what the Scorpio's trigger can hit. I think in this particular case, an extra professional contacts is not a card that it's going to matter. It gets RFG'd, but it is good to have that precedent set for the future.
Yeah. Yeah. At least we figured out how the Scorpio's ID works.
Yeah. Sanjay is choosing to drop these clone chips. Maybe planning to overdraw and discard and then just be able to kind of use them as a value install it instant speed thing.
Yeah, or occasionally Scorpios will waste their trigger on something earlier in a turn.
True. True. If you deep data mine them and then oh, here we go.
There's
It is a Morning Star. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Thank you, Sanjay.
Okay, I think you're right. I think one's going to be discarded into the heap.
Yes.
And we have the clone chips there.
He is spending 8 influence on Morning Stars.
Wow, they're 4 apiece.
That is commitment. I admire that.
Yeah. It's going to be expensive to get all that out, although he can test run it from the heap. So
yeah, test run or retrieval run at this point. Both are good for him.
Oh yeah, retrieval run would be better.
Yeah, probably wants to drop the Dinosaurus first, I'd imagine. Oh yeah, the clone chip is going to be good for overdraw, pitch the Egret, and then clone chip it onto the ice you're about to encounter if it's Colossus, and it's going to wreck your one program rig.
That makes sense.
Yep, we see the Dinosaurus go down.
So he has the chance to Scorpios that daily casts, but
yeah,
no need really.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so there's an Audacity, but no good targets right now.
Colossus in front of a wraparound. I wonder how safe he feels about this remote right now. Given that we don't see any SMCs down on Sanjay's side, though we do see, I think there's a strong signal that shenanigans are afoot.
Yeah.
given what's in the heap. So this may not feel like a safe server to just kind of throw the show of force in and then say, oh, or the graft in even and say, I'll biotic audacity at next turn. It may not be safe to throw it in there at all.
And the Colossus is now what, 7 strength?
Yeah, that
So he can get it up above the strength where Morningstar and Dinosaurus can break it.
Yep. And in fact, in one turn, it will be at that point.
Yeah.
That's not good news for Sanjay.
No, I'm not sure what answer he has to that.
He has enough influence left that he could be on a fem. Seems like a bit of a shame to have to install a fem to get around an ice that you've already spent 8 credits of. Good lord.
Okay, well, we got the super big breaker going on here.
Okay, and we have Enigma is now a barrier, so we're going to see an HQ run. 1 credit to break that Enigma. Nice. Axis is a biotic. Axis is a DNA tracker.
Oh, that's right. He has the HQ interface.
I forgot about the HQ interface.
Yeah.
Decides to run back. Still smells agenda as an HQ. Is right about that. Sees the biotic again and sees a 3-pointer. That's a good steal.
Well, if he doesn't lose his agenda in hand, he can biotic and audacity at next turn.
Mm-hmm. And without a graph to lose to audacity, that's a much more appealing play, I would have to think.
Oh, and he did not lose the show of force. So
yeah. And since that is actually damage and not Sanjay discarding the card, can potentially snipe something good. Is probably a thought there.
I don't think there's anything he'd be too upset to lose at this point.
Yeah, I guess hitting the 1 Morningstar does mean that if you get Colossus to fire on the other one, it's pretty much GG, I would imagine.
Yeah, or a Hunter Seeker, yeah.
Yeah. I have a hard time imagining that Sanjay is spending 12 influence on Morningstars. I'm actually not sure there are 3 Morningstars in Core 2.0.
Okay, so he didn't go for the fast advance, he just...
Maybe wants to, might want to keep the ice in his hand. Or just not want to spend the money. Yeah, and Colossus is 8 strength. So, okay, yeah, it's going to take this Fem to do it.
Yeah, I think 4 advancements is a pretty good sign that it's Colossus that you're dealing with.
Yeah. Because you definitely wouldn't be, he shouldn't be wasting all this time in clicks trying to pump up an ice wall, say.
Yeah, or a Whoredom, no reason to do more than 3.
Nope, or Mausolus for the same reason.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sanjay hasn't exactly enough credits to get through here. 3 for the Colossus, or oh no, Colossus only has 2. So it's the savings. He's got a credit left. That's great. Sanjay on 8 points.
Yep, Sanjay on 6 points. Maybe this one he'll fast advance out.
Yeah, the fast advance play is still there. If Scorp wants it.
But then you've kind of bottomed your economy and you don't have any cards. And yeah, I don't know. He's in a tough space here.
And R&D, it costs 1 to break. If Sanjay even cares enough to break it, he might just let the net damage fire a few times. We see the show of force go down.
Oh.
Installing an Enigma. Huh. Interesting. So this, if Sanjay just clicks for credits, he knows he can get through the server, so.
Well, the Fem, where did the Fem go? Back on top of the deck.
Oh, right. So, yeah, I guess Sanjay can't. What am I saying? Now,
I
by
think he's
choosing to
gonna have to forfeit this one.
Yeah, by choosing to Proco it, Sanjay is saying I'm not going to he's gonna have to discard this Fem to be able to test run it. Which he does.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, like Sanjay might be thinking ahead to the fact that this could be Show of Force since he's seen one. Just losing the Fem to a Show of Force.
I see he has another answer in hand to this Colossus, the dedicated processor.
Yeah, that because sometimes you need your Morning Star to be 11 strength, I guess.
Apparently.
Yeah. Oh well, there goes the dedicated processor.
Oh.
We'll see if Scorp chooses to remove it.
I'm not sure if he has a way to get back a hardware anyway.
Probably not. I saw earlier on the Top Tech ANR stream. They mentioned Jason Deng's Haley list was on Trope because he was on Aesop's. Which what an interesting post rotation world we live in. But
yeah,
Trope is not available
you can't
here.
levy, but
Chooses to remove the gamble rather than dedicated processor, probably thinking the same thing. There's no way for him to get that dedicated processor back. At least no easy way.
right.
See an SMC go down. A gamble.
There's the Hunter Seeker.
Yep. A little late at this point.
Yep, kind of useless. Well, maybe there's a third standoff.
Yeah, the standoff at this point is the only thing that triggers that Hunter Seeker.
Yeah.
Preemptive. What's he getting back with the preemptive? Getting money. Only targets. Getting money.
Yeah.
Money's good. Money will help. Money will let him install and res that DNA tracker if he wants. So can't fault him for that decision.
Yeah.
We see the test run.
Ooh.
Getting an equivocation. Okay.
Interesting. He's just trying to close it quickly here.
Yeah, time to go R&D.
It's the ice here. Oh, the swordsman. So not.
Yeah. Fairly low impact here. I'm not positive he's actually gonna res the swordsman even. I mean, he might just yeah. I guess for the net damage, you don't want Sanjay to just run through 3 times for free. Pops the SMC to find Egret. So it is 1 to break with Morningstar.
That makes sense.
Equivocates a fast track.
Hunter Seeker.
Mm-hmm. Still a fairly dead card. Hasn't found an agenda yet. Has one more click to find it. Decides to draw up instead.
It's kind of neat when we're kind of at the end game and both players are so low on credits.
Yeah.
No one's really run away with the game.
Scorp has a little more money now. We see the hedge fund and fast track to get.
He's just gonna hold it in hand.
Yeah. Right now, it makes a fair bit of sense. Right now, he doesn't. Is there another egret? And yeah, there's not another egret in.
But there's a self-modifying code in the heap. So.
That's fairly expensive.
Yeah. When he's on 3 credits, it seems safe.
Yeah. It would cost, let's see, 2, and then. So it would cost 4 to go get the egret, and that would also be the last one. So we couldn't use it on the Colossus on the remote, say. Finds an Atlas.
I think just hoping for the equivocation to pay off.
Yeah.
Oh, That's right. The equivocation went back on top of the stack. I forgot about that.
So Sanjay, he drew instead of procoing, which is probably a mistake.
Oh, yep. Whoops.
Does it again.
So that card doesn't work automatically. You have to click it.
Yep.
Ah, an
He
index.
does find the indexing, so it may all be a moot point in the matter of 2 credits and 2 clicks.
See what he finds in there.
I don't see a mad dash in Sanjay's hand. It would
Well.
be very funny if he could mad dash a standoff to win this game.
That would be very funny.
Yeah,
Oh, no agendas,
no
or
agenda.
or maybe the agendas are strategically placed lower.
Macrophage. Man, this Scorp deck really does not like turtle. We see the Atlas go down, and we see Biotic. We're going to see a fast Atlas.
So it won't get a counter.
Yeah, it chooses not to Audacity for the counter. I might have Audacity for the counter.
Yeah, I don't think those other cards are going to be real useful right now. So
yeah, it might be best to just have the counter so you can search up the singleton hostile takeover.
Yeah.
Also to disrupt. Well, he doesn't have to worry about disrupting indexing this turn since an index just whiffed. But
so we have a run on each queue, and he can't res the Enigma.
Mm-hmm.
But there are no agendas in hand.
Yeah. Draws instead of procoing again.
Don't forget the proco. Wonder if he just realized it.
Okay. Yeah, he did realize it. Wisely deciding this is a good time to just money up. He knows there's nothing on top of R&D for a few turns. He's seen half of HQ and sees nothing. Probably just thinks time to set myself up to make quick work of whatever server is appropriate.
Yeah, this has turned into a pretty close game here.
We see a few forgotten triggers on both sides because it was almost certainly correct to Scorpios that indexing.
Yeah.
Given that there's a same old thing on the table.
Wonder if he'd already gotten something earlier that turn? No, he hadn't.
No. It's a manual trigger. It's easy to forget.
Yeah, I've never played as Scorpios, I'm sure. It's a tough one to remember.
It's one of those that I think is somewhat easier to remember in person because a lot of times if I'm playing against Scorpios, I like pause after just about every action where a card is trashed. And that pause makes it easier to remember maybe, but
yeah.
But you don't get that online. So we see an egret go into the heap. That is the last one. Still has some clone chips to get it, so no ice is truly safe at the moment. except that 8 strength Colossus, which I guess he would have to. He doesn't have quite enough money to clone chip that Fem back to get through the Colossus. Fast tracks for a hostile takeover, and this is going to be game. He can Audacity.
because he has the Audacity.
Yep.
Very good. Did he just top deck the fast track?
I think he did.
Yeah, well, that was great.
Don't have to wait for Clot. Don't have to wait for the source. Well, the source is in creation and control. There's no way to get it instant speed. So,
right.
Yeah, that is game. So we see a corpse split.
Oh, no action. Nope, no Clot.
Yeah.
That is kind of a relief in this format, not having to play around plot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Corp was able to come back here after a kind of a rough start, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Just getting multi-accessed all over the place, and that indexing goes a teeny bit different, and it's a completely different story. The game is just over 4 points to 7.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
Corp
Sanjay.
split. So I've been testing my cache refresh decks, and my Corp has been doing way better than my runner. So
Yeah,
I
same
guess
here.
I'm not too surprised.
Hello.
Hi, Sanjay.
Oh, I have you guys on mute. How's it going?
Good. Those were
Going
some good
alright.
games to watch.
Yeah, that was an exciting end. Disappointing for me, of course. I didn't even see the Audacity, so yeah, that was disappointing.
Well, he showed a lot of self-control with that Audacity.
Oh yeah.
We were kind of expecting him to play it for the last 2 agendas, really. I was kind of
yeah.
rooting for that, but
it has been in hand for a while.
Yeah,
It had
a long
been in hand
time.
for a long time.
Dang.
I think the play that we had discussed was that turn where he biotic'd just to score the hostile or score the Atlas. Do that to get an Atlas
token?
with a counter,
That
and
actually
then you
might have
could
been
search up the
better.
hostile. Yeah,
That would have been better, I think, maybe. But that
Yeah,
line
it
was
might have been
good.
because the fast track he drew
Yeah.
that turn. So
yeah, I thought I had the game when I indexed him, but not so.
indexing is sometimes a cruel card.
Yeah. In general, I don't even like it, but here we are. Yeah, I thought I had control of that game the whole time, but things just didn't work out. Yeah. Cool. I at least got to break a bunch of stuff with Morningstar, and that's what's important. I
Yeah.
love Morningstar so much. Dinosaurus Morningstar. Look how strong it is. Look how buff.
I know it was pretty funny seeing then the Colossus be advanced out of the range.
Yeah.
Well,
Dinosaurus
he show forced my my dedicated processor. I wasn't gonna let a Colossus get me down.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had all the counters.
And him being Scorp was just so awkward in so many ways, because the
Oh,
normal
yeah.
answer would be just drop a Fem and then test run a Fem and then scavenge it.
Oh yeah,
But
and I had the test run
Yeah.
on the he didn't scorp my test run, so I had that on the same old thing whenever if he tried to make the remote, but I think he knew that. He didn't try and use
Yeah.
that remote. He respected that. But yeah, I mean, I had some scavenges in hands that I just dumped in the garbage because I would have been very happy to move those egrets around.
Yeah.
Just have them all over the place. But that didn't really work out. Yeah, but I this is my first time playing the deck, and it did everything I wanted it to. So I'm happy. Were there any other agendas in HQ?
No.
No.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think so. Cool. Dang, I
Yeah,
have a lot of
it was
agendas in my square
definitely
area.
fun to see a Dinosaurus go down, and then we were thinking it might have been that exact combination. There came a certain point, I want to say like 2 or 3 turns into the game, where I finally saw what the card in like the leftmost card in your hand was, and it was the egret, and I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Laura,
he figured out your tech before you drew the Morningstar, so I was impressed.
nice. Yeah, Laura knows me pretty well. We share a card collection even, and that's my local meta on top of the Delaware meta. And so I had shown her my deck list previously, but I bet she could have put me on this no problem because I love Morningstar. I am over the moon that it was put in revised core.
A full influence of Morningstar, no less.
Yeah, of course. You don't need influence. I mean, actually, I was struck. I mean, because almost everything that I want for this deck is Shaper. Like, I want just scavenges, clone chips, like, yeah.
Yeah, the retrieval run was good for you.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I like that tech.
Just some extra ways to get things free. Because Morningstar actually apparently costs 8. I don't know. I don't know if I ever pay that. I think I have. But 8 is a lot
Real
of
tough
credit.
times, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually you're paying 3, one way or the other.
Yeah. Because I like it didn't. I don't think it came up because I don't know if you had a Hunter Seeker at the time, but I really like the test run, return it to your hand tech, or return it to your deck tech against Hunter Seeker. I think that's really cute.
Yeah, that is cool.
Oh man, I'm being so
Your
rude.
opponent has some questions in the chat there. There we go. You see him? Yeah, he unfortunately never drew his Hunter Seekers until you were on 6 points, so that was a shame for him.
Yeah. When I took the standoff, I was gonna put Procon down that turn, but then I was like, oh, I'm not installing anything this for the first turn of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, we were wondering if he had a third standoff in the deck, and that would be the only way he'd get those Hunter Seekers to land.
He probably does. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. So that's very interesting build on the Chaos Theory side. Do you have any thoughts about the CI build that you made? We saw some spicy tech there as well. Also costing 4 influence.
Yeah, I didn't draw my Prycons early enough, so I didn't get to do a super. So basically, all I want to do with this deck is just drop a giant Project Ares on my opponent, and I just didn't get the cards in the right order for that to happen. Do you have any questions for Space Cowboy?
I don't know if we had any questions. We just felt pretty bad for him in his runner game there, where he just wasn't drawing any of his economy cards, and
I was being
and all of those
rude.
multi-accesses.
Oh, he was so unlucky with those
really bad luck. Yeah.
Also, when you multi-access through, or when you run through a Miraju, and you don't hit on the first time, the next time you come in, your odds just go lower and lower.
Yeah.
And I think it was like I had 4 out of 10 agendas the first time he accessed. I think I had 3 in there, and I was like, 3, okay, if he hits all 3, I will lose the game.
Yeah.
Which you could have done. He had 4 accesses.
Yeah, which you could have done. And so once he missed the second time, I was breathing a sigh of relief. And then he missed the third time, and I was like, okay, nice. And then he missed the 4th time, and I felt like I was cheating.
You're not cheating, JNet's cheating.
Yeah. And then the fact that Miraju just made the accesses worse and worse and worse for him every time. I think I goofed one. I like the just value efficiency committees in that deck.
Well, they double as, they're not just value, because if you can get a bunch of advancement counters with Red Planet Couriers, it's a genuine fast advance tool.
Yeah. It's like a really bootleg shipment from Kikuya. Just like a go big or go. I mean, I paid 5 for that shipment from Kikuya that I basically played it as. I think I misplayed one time because I had I felt like I misplayed, but I ended up, I guess, preserving efficiency committee counter, which ended up being helpful because I wanted to use it to play a sure gamble, but I just messed up the order. But yeah, that was a rough game, I think, just in terms of for Steve, just because there's 4 ice on HQ, and I even played around, I guess, Sneak Door Beta to make that inconvenient. It was just, that's not what you want to see.
Right.
As Mr.
Yeah,
Steve.
he seemed in a good spot. Just really early on, he had all the breakers in hand for the gear check ice that you were putting on HQ, and then he had the gauntlet.
Yeah.
But he just didn't draw any econ.
Yeah, and Satyr Adaptive Barrier is pretty good.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, because I was worried about having the Miraju late, just because you want to put the Miraju behind something a little bulky, so you can tax them, and so they can't just like vamp you for 2 every time they run.
Yeah.
And so I was worried about that, and then I had the Satyr, which is like a 1-card super tax if it's the 4th card on the thing. Yeah. So far I've played the deck twice, and I haven't done a super great Red Planet Couriers play either time. So I guess all I'm locked into is CI and creation and control. So I guess I can always go back to the drawing board if I'm not being spicy enough. Yeah.
One thing I was interested in, it seemed, and feel free to not spoil the contents of your deck too much if you don't.
I don't care.
Are you on any 3-pointers, or are you purely on the score 4 2-pointers plan?
No, I'm on the score 4 2-pointers plan.
Okay.
Which is, yeah. I don't know. I used to like it when it was called Valdemar HB, I guess. I don't know. Man, I wish I had elective upgrades. Great card.
It is also 3 points, though.
No. Not. Oh no, sorry, not elective. Mandatory upgrades.
Oh, Oh.
Yeah, I wish I had mandatory upgrades. Yeah. That would be perfect in this deck, right? I could Red Planet Couriers, mandatory upgrades, and then I have super turns. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Oh man.
We were wondering whether you had the MCA Austerity in your corp deck.
Nah, that's boring. Oh. No, I probably should.
Okay.
No, I have.
It combos so well with Fairchild 3, so.
Yeah, it does.
Since you've picked that one as your restricted card, you might as well.
Yeah. The only trashable card I have in here is Violet Level Clearance, which you should trash. So those AS Informants probably did their maximum value in terms of dying to a Fairchild 2.
Yeah, that was more value than I expected him to get from them.
Yeah, so. I think that was more than you could expect from them. And I think that was absolutely the right play to check R&D there. So I guess he didn't know for sure that was the winning agenda. I did, and so he was on 2 points, so I just let him in. But yeah. I think he played really well. And certainly was rewarded to playing to his outs in the corp game. That was awesome.
Yeah, those were good games.
The early play where he inside jobbed with exactly enough to get through. That was a very good call on his part.
Yeah, I know. I felt like a little bit of a chump getting inside jobbed. I'm glad I didn't throw good money after bad. Just no, you have to deal with this. He would have had to pay I think $3 for the and he had $3, so.
Yeah, not Rosing was definitely the right choice.
Yeah, I guess if I had put those cards in the other order, things would have been better for me.
Yep.
Oh well.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because then I could have made him deal with a friggin' Fairchild 3. That's nice.
It is.
There were a couple times that you forgot to pro-co and didn't notice it. So I guess just
a couple times?
Yeah. So I guess if you're going to keep that
2 to 3
card,
more credits. Yeah. Though that was balanced out by a few missed scorp triggers.
There were some pretty. I think there were some pretty. They didn't end up being that impactful, but I think there was some. I can't believe I got to keep my indexing.
Yeah, the indexing should have been gone.
Yeah.
I don't think the other ones were super high impact, but that was the main one I was thinking.
Yeah.
But it's hard. Any ID with a manual trigger is really hard.
Yeah, Scorp is enormously annoying to play, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Having to I actually haven't played a lot of Scorp, but I feel like it's probably like Spark, where you're just theoretically, if you're playing it optimally, you need to be watching every single action they do like a hawk, and at anything but a tournament game, you don't want to be doing that. You want to be hold on, before you play that sure gamble, let me think for a minute, because like that's ideally what you want to do, because you have meaningful decisions. So like they'll play a sure gamble, and you as Scorp theoretically need to go in the tank to decide whether that's okay.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah, my
is-
husband plays Scorp sometimes, and I get kind of annoyed because, and we'll play on Jinteki, and he'll do the trigger literally every single time, even when, like, we both know there is no card in my deck that could get back the card that he's removing from the game, so it's totally pointless, but I think doing it every time just so you know you will remember when it matters.
Yeah, and I guess until you find out they don't have Levy. But he knows you don't have Levy.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
you revealed that pretty early on with your clone chips. So.
Yeah. Well, the clone chips did work even against Scorp. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, those instant speed birds.
It is nice that Scorp can't hit the overdraws.
Yeah. That's a neat way to play around it. I always love when there's like non-card tech. That's always fun. Yeah, I like playing against Scorpios. I was a little disappointed when he res. So when he res the wraparound, I was like, yes, this is all barrier Scorpios. I am ready. He does not understand how ready I am for this.
There's no Salems, is there?
No, I don't think that. That's India.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's end of Mumbad's cycle.
Yeah,
that would be.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's terrible to do all barriers in Cash Refresh. You still have Hunter Seeker.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like all barriers and Sapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Arc Lockdown is there, so you can snipe it if they try to.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems good.
Cool. Maybe a swordsman or two for turtles. Yeah.
Yeah. Michael, are you in the tournament?
I am.
Nice. Did you do your round yet?
I'm playing my round tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm playing my first round tomorrow as well, so we'll see.
As well.
Nice. I feel like this probably went okay. Did we have any viewers? Ooh, I have 6 viewers. You still have 8 viewers.
At one point I noticed that there were people talking in the chat, and
sick.
It was just too much to pay attention to everything at once, so I just ignored it. Sorry, friends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm reading these comments.
Oh yeah, there's my husband Ian Williams there responding to what I was saying. I didn't play Scorp to not RFG cards.
Yeah, Alan specifically saying that this deck is peak me, which is correct.
That would be the most Sanjay of things.
I just love Morningstar. It just I mean, they've printed like break any number routines things since then, but it's my first love of just it just is so it's so rude, just like it doesn't it doesn't matter at all what your ice is.
Well, it's also the most efficient of the break any number subroutines, right? Because it's one credit and it starts off with a lot of strength.
Yeah, unless you count things that break for 0, but those don't break any number. They just keep on breaking routines very efficiently.
Wait, Baba Yaga Fairy is in this Cash Refresh.
Yeah. Oh man, it's in Cash Refresh.
Oh.
No.
I should not have told myself that.
Isn't Baba Yaga India? No, I think you're right. It might be Flashpoint. Oh, frig.
Baba Yaga Fairy Morningstar.
Of course I have the influence for that. Oh, man.
It is Flashpoint. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Well, I look forward to seeing your next game then, Sanjay.
Yeah.
I don't have influence for this. I'm in Anarch.
What? Morningstar is 0.
Well, Morningstar is free.
Yeah. You're fine. Just draw the cards naturally. You'll be fine. Just play 2 Baba Yaga, 2 Fairy, some retrieval runs, and you're fine. And I guess you'll have to break decoder somehow. Who knows?
Yeah, the Black Orchestra.
Yeah.
The two most efficient and then the least efficient.
Yeah. I guess that's all they have now, right? Like they don't have like Force of Nature isn't a card, so yeah. Crypsis is probably their second best decoder.
Ew.
Yeah.
Anyway, now that we've spoiled the hot deck tech to everyone out there.
Yeah. Everybody. Baba Yaga Fairy Morningstar is legally playable in any faction. And you should consider it.
This tip is free, but we do take donations.
It is 14 influence. Oh wait, no. So yeah, you can play it out of Shaper because it's just 2 for the Baba Yaga, 3 for the Fairy, 4 for the Morningstar.
And Gordian Blade's already in faction. Boom.
Yeah, Gordian Blade's in faction.
Yeah.
You can even make.
That even Baba Yaga's then efficient because you get to boost for the remainder of the run.
Oh yeah, wouldn't it be?
Nice.
Oh.
Or you could Houdini, I guess.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, play it out of Smoke, easy peasy.
A 40 card deck, you find the combo faster.
Yeah. I'm such a hipster that when people were making Baba Yaga decks, I was like, ugh. I don't need to hear about that. Because I guess it was it was really exciting, and I guess the I think the heat on Baba Yaga has finally cooled down enough that I can probably start being excited about that stupid card. And I don't endorse this as a mentality. It's bad thing to have. It's stupid, but I feel like I'm not excited about the cards that other people are excited about just because they're excited about them, which is so bad.
That's a problem.
I was planning on bringing Sunny to World, but
Baba Yaga was almost too easy when it came out because you had Yogg.0 and you had Fairy.
Oh man, yeah. Let me say this: if you're not putting Fairy on Baba Yaga, why are you even bothering?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be a friggin'. I mean, Mongoose is okay, but
but you have to pay credits to break.
Yeah, come on. Come on.
And Fairy was one that was going to rotate but didn't. Is that right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
so
the maximum number.
I'm so glad they saved Fairy.
Yeah.
The maximum number of credits you should pay to break any number of routines is 1. Maybe 2 if you are Sunny. Ooh, Baba Yaga Sunny. No, that doesn't make any sense. Sorry. That doesn't make sense? No, yeah, that doesn't make sense.
No, not really.
No.
Unless you just want the strike savings, I guess.
Also, I played plenty of Sunny, and spending 2 influence on something that doesn't solve any of her problems is not the way to build the best Sunny deck. So
those are 2 Deuces Wilds you could be playing, yeah.
Yeah, this is a joke tech, but I think it's also sincere tech. That I think Endless Hunger, if you could support it, is a good Sunny card. Because end the run routines are because just that's the way to beat Sunny. You just stack a bunch of end the run subroutines on her and say try and get in here. It's only 2 influence. Probably the biggest problem is not having enough.
What do you trash?
What's that?
What do you trash?
I think that's the biggest problem because you obviously don't want to trash your drip econ. I mean, you can trash security chips, so that's kind of inefficient. But yeah, I don't know, but I think it's close to being good for her. And she doesn't need the memory, right? Because all her breakers are cool.
Well, you could you could hunting grounds some cards face down that you decide you
you totally could. It's a joke, but I think it's also not that bad. Try and rush out versus Nexus Endless Hunger. That's a tall order. Right?
Yeah, I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's close to being good enough. I think Sunny, she loses to Rush and she loses to Fast Advance.
Another pro tip for the crowd: those 2 cards are in the same big box.
Oh, right. You can build. Oh, frig. Yeah, you can build Cash Refresh Sunny. You can have your 2 Underworld Contacts, I hope you find them in your giant 50-card deck. You can't have data folding because that's an order in chaos.
Oh no!
You can't have blue moose because that's illegal.
You can't even have daily casts
You can't have daily casts.
or Proco.
But so one thing
dear.
is, I mean, the reason why Sunny is all about that drip econ is because she's really good at drip econ. But she doesn't have to be, right? Like, she could do something else, right? I guess. I mean, drip econ, I guess, is synergistic with
Test run some opuses, and I guess that's what she does now.
That's not bad. Yeah. I guess, and like, yeah, Jack Sinclair's like, you just make your run with Jack Sinclair, and then you spend the rest of your turn gaining money. That's not bad.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you for joining the stream. You're welcome that we solved the format here. I think, sincerely, I think you could build a Sunny deck that is 90% as good as the best Sunny deck, and 110% better than the best Sunny deck in some situations with Endless Hunger. That is a sincere belief. Everything else was insincere, including my 2 decks that I played today. Okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much, both of you, for commentating.
Yeah, thanks for having us. This is my first time ever commentating anything.
Yeah, I know Internet Potato watches all of these, and I'm not gonna. So I assume you did a great job, but I'm not gonna watch it. And yeah, so I apologize for being I apologize for being a bad friend.
I don't expect people to rewatch the games.
I just don't want to watch myself play. That seems miserable. All right, bye everybody.
Bye. Good night.
See y'all later.